the book Unconquerable actually was built around the one piece, Do Not Apologize. And that piece is really written for people in this field to say you don't have to apologize for the good work that you do. And you don't have to apologize to anyone at any point in time for caring about communities and wanting to help make them stronger and loving people who don't look like you or talk like you, and living your life in a way that that I think we apologize too much for the work that we do. You know, maybe we didn't feel like we got as large of an impact as we wanted. You know what? What you did was enough. You put your heart and soul into this work, and it's good, and it's needed, and it's lovely.
Yeah, and you know,
go ahead.
One thing that I notice that I do sometimes is I kind of preemptively apologize for the possibility that what I do makes you feel uncomfortable about what
because you don't do it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I worry that if, I mean, you know, when people say, what do you do? And you start saying, oh, well, you know, I work with organizations that protect the rights of women and children in times of war and conflict. And people go, oh, my God, that just makes me feel so terrible about the fact that I sell shoes.
Exactly. And that's not what you're doing at all, you know. And it makes you want to tamp down on your passion for what you do, so that you don't make other people feel bad.
Yeah.
And so you are exactly who this was written for. Don't apologize for being passionate. Don't apologize for your creativity and your voice and the rich conversations and the deep, meaningful work that you do. Don't ever apologize for that. And don't apologize for telling the stories of the people that you work with, or allowing people to tell their own stories. And don't apologize because you want to help to heal the world. You don't have to apologize for any of that.
Yeah. It's so powerful and so beautiful. And thank you for saying it. Because, you know, I really feel that myself, my peers, my colleagues, we need to be reminded. And the other thing I feel like is it's what you also said in Unconquerable was, you know, don't apologize for holding strong views about injustice. Don't apologize for being angry about injustice, because I get angry about injustice, and I feel like that's a good response to injustice, you know.
And people tell you will be reasonable, and I have to say, I think that's BS. Do not apologize for being unreasonable. Do not apologize because you say, you know what, I think that women getting raped, you know, as a strategy for war is unacceptable, right? And I think that, you know, girls not being able to attend school because they're getting married at the age of 10 is wrong.
Yeah.
And taking a stand on that, right? Yeah. And, you know, I read a poem, a little quote from Audrey Hepburn, where she said, all humans deserve to be restored, renewed, revived, reclaimed, and redeemed. And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she made no apology for that.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. We all deserve that, every last one of us. And so before a system can be changed, before lives can be healed, before people can be revived and redeemed, then some of us have to be unreasonable.
Yeah. And I feel that, you know, some of us have to get emotionally engaged with these, and that's kind of another part of what I loved that you wrote.
Every human being deserves love and kindness.
Yeah.
And I can't give you love and kindness if you can't eat.
Yeah.
Because you can't receive that. And I can't share love and kindness with you if you don't have shelter, safe, decent shelter. And I can't share love and kindness to you if your children aren't taken care of, and if you aren't safe and secure. And so the flip side of that is, yeah, get angry. Get angry and care about the work that you do, because after a while, it can become numbing. You know, if you've seen it, if you've seen a lot, if you've seen it time and time again. But I want us who stay in this field, And I love this field. I've been in it for so long, and I care about it so deeply, and I want the best and the brightest to come and get engaged on these big issues. And I want us to get angry. And I want us to figure it out. And I want us to ask the hard questions and test and try. And I want us to stop caring so much about, the new software, or what is it going to do to our brand. As long as we're not unethical, immoral, or illegal, who cares if our brand takes a hit because we tried something new? Get out there and figure out what it takes to be effective. And that means failing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That means knowing what not to do just as much as it means knowing what to do. So, not only what we do matters, but how we do it matters. And how are we engaging with people and working with them? And I get tired of hearing people talk. It's not enough to talk about it. You got to be about it. Yeah. And to be about it, you got to be in it.
Yeah.
You have to be in it. And people out in the field know this. And you get more and more removed sitting in an office. And I think we begin to lose what's really important. So, I say let's have personal voices as organizations, right? And let's not let all the noise be one little drop in a sea of noise. Let's get shit done. And to do that, each and every one of us have to take it personally.
Yeah.
Our donors, our employees, our communities deserve that. They deserve it. We care about what happens to them like we care about what happens to our own children. If your child's not getting fed, I should care about it like my child's not getting fed.
Absolutely.
And it should mean that much to me.
Mm-hmm.
I should want to be an advocate for your kid like I want to be an advocate for my own. That's what it should mean. And when it doesn't mean that much to you, then I want you to take a step away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so thank you so much for saying this. It's the only way that I know how to work. It's the only way I know how to work.
It's the only way.
Yeah,
it's the only way.
All the years that I've worked, in this field, and I've been, as you know, I've spent a lot of those time actually in the field, in the conflict zone. My approach, which is that the boundaries between you and I don't really exist. So if it's happening to you, it effectively is happening to me. So I'm taking it personally because it is personal. I'm not being oversensitive. I'm not getting over. I'm actually just responding to the reality that we're connected, not just in some kind of indirect way, but in this very direct way that what happens to you is happening to me. It's happening to all of us. So it's such an encouragement, and it's so exciting for me to hear you say these things, and to just know that this book, which I really hope everybody will read, that it's starting to challenge that kind of mainstream narrative about how it's all about not taking it personally and being professional is somehow about.
And I would say to that, then maybe we're not in the field as long as we were before, right? And maybe then we need systems to rotate us out better. But every day that you're out there doing this work, you should take it personally.
Yeah.
And you should think, you know what? This is my kid going hungry. This is my kid. This is my grandmother without a place to stay. This is my mother who, is walking, 4 miles for water today.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right I take it personally. Yeah. And I feel an urgency to get out there and do better. And to have us universally do better. So I say to you, don't apologize for your leadership, and don't apologize for your vision, and don't apologize for being a catalyst. And if it means you change the game, then you change it.
Yeah.
Because there's just too much work out there that needs to be done, and there's too much loving